Well, good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure to have you all here today. As you know, my name is Leslie House. I'm Operations Manager here at the Mayboard Convention Center. This training session today, we all know each other. Everyone knows everybody's names, but we're still going to do a little something to kind of get us up and going, and not really up, but ready and talking to go on with things. So what I'd like to do is, the way we're going to start this, I'm going to go down the table and I'm going to ask you a question. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start, if you're on this end of the table, so Mr. Thought you'd be out of the way first, is the first one to get an answer. So I want you to tell me your name, and then I want you to give me an action verb that you like to do. So that might be hopping or whatever you like to do. Or it could be an emotion. Okay, sad. So, well, what is your name?
James Thompson.
And what do you like to do for an action?
Umpiring.
Umpiring.
Baseball.
So what do you do a lot of in umpiring?
Running.
Running or yelling.
Yelling.
Yelling, so we're going to use yelling. So James is yelling. Ravine, introduce yourself and give us what you like to do.
Ravine Goodman and riding.
Ravine, riding. Well, let me trip on that.
No, riding, like riding a motorcycle.
Riding, like riding a horse. That's better. Riding. Okay, and then I'm going to go right over here. Bruce, what do you like to do?
My name is Bruce Lemieux, and I like to go boating.
Boating. Boating. The boating. Y'all are crazy. And DeWitt.
My name is DeWitt Alcorn, and I like to play dominoes.
Like to play dominoes. So, we'll do dominoing. Is that a word?
That'll work.
Dominoing.
We'll make it one.
Okay, now, your next turn, you're going to give me your name and your favorite color.
My name is Carol Hennessy, and my favorite color is green.
Okay. And Carolyn?
Carolyn Wilby. My name is Carolyn Wilby, and my favorite color is blue.
Blue, okay. Just so y'all know, you can't have the same favorite color as somebody else, so some of y'all may be in trouble. Joni?
I'm in trouble. My favorite color is gray.
Gray. And Jesse?
My name is Jesse Garcia Sr., and my favorite color is blue.
We already have a blue. You have to have another favorite.
That's okay.
Silver. Blue and silver. Cowboy.
Purple.
Purple.
Purple rain.
Like purple, yes.
Right there.
Okay, and then the last one, you're going to have to give me your favorite animal.
An owl.
Okay, and your name is?
Oh, Magnolia Bates.
Magnolia?
Yeah. See, I'm on TV.
Oh, when you said dogs. Okay, right.
For some anniversary or something.
Okay, y'all give me a favorite. Y'all only have two at your table, but give me a favorite animal.
Cats.
Okay. Okay, Ronald?
My name is Ronald Vincent, and my favorite animal is a squirrel.
Squirrel.
We could be cats.
And?
My name is Alex Esparza, and my favorite animal is a monkey.
Perfect. Okay, y'all just picked your team names. So, this team here, y'all are the yelling green dogs.
Actually worked out.
Y'all are the riding blue cats. Y'all are the boating gray squirrels, and we all know that there's little YouTube videos about that. And y'all are the dominoing purple monkeys. Okay. So, dominoing purple monkey. Okay, so now, we know your team, you see your group, so let's start by taking a trip. Okay, you have 90 seconds, and what we're going to do in those 90 seconds, as your team, I need you to come up with 3 items that you're going to take on this trip. And they need to be specific. If my item I was going to take was greenery, just by looking outside, you can't just say greenery, I want it specific. I want a tree. What kind of tree? An apple tree. You probably wouldn't take an apple tree on a trip, which is why I gave you that example. So, for 90 seconds, in your team, decide on what 3 things, specific things you're taking on your trip, and that's all you can take. Okay, ready? And go.
We're taking a trip into there. This is between the, I think we should take 1.5.
You don't mean like clothing, right? You mean like something.
I'm saying you're taking 3 things. What 3 things?
Is it 3 of these?
No, 3 together. Y'all need to come up with 3 things. Decide at your table what 3 things you're taking on your trip.
I said shorts.
And this,
Bottle of water.
We're at 30 seconds, so you got another minute.
Yep, that's.
you will never begin prepared.
Jumpsuit, bottle of water. Right?
Got about 20 seconds left. We got about 15 more seconds, but it sounds like we're all about done. Okay? So I'll stop my little stopwatch here. So, the yelling green dogs. What are y'all going to take on your trip? What 3 things are y'all going to take?
Credit card, bottle of water, and passport.
A bottle of water
And passport. Don't get stuck somewhere.
and a passport.
On the way home.
Okay, our riding blue cats. What are y'all going to take on the trip?
A Harley helmet
Okay, a Harley.
And a bed pillow
Okay, a pillow.
and Lay's chips.
And Lay's potato chips. Perfect. Okay. What about the boating green squirrels? What are y'all taking?
We're taking a 1.5 bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay, Cabernet Sauvignon. Okay. 1.5 liters of cab.
Yes. Industrial size Scott toilet tissue.
Okay, industrial size toilet tissue.
And a prepaid Visa card for $5,000.
Okay. And a prepaid Visa for $5,000. Okay. And our dominoing purple monkeys. What are y'all gonna bring?
Sandwiches, water, and paper towel.
Sandwiches, water, and paper towels. So we have a pretty big range of things. Really, nobody kind of duplicated a lot of things. But I forgot to tell y'all, this is where we're going. So, will you want to change any of the items that you came up with? Okay? This is in the middle of Alaska.
Okay.
Okay? So, this group has credit card, bottled water, and passport.
You can see it's winter time.
Except a credit card in the middle of the wilderness, probably, might not do as much. You might want to switch those around. Y'all have a Harley? I guess you can travel on your Harley up there. A pillow, and your Lay's potato chips.
Jerky.
So y'all are ready. What about y'all?
We're keeping it.
You're keeping your
We've got
Cabernet,
plenty for,
your toilet paper.
We've got a cell phone, we're gonna order roast turkey, they'll deliver it to the door.
They'll deliver in the wilderness.
Dog
Domino's.
sleds.
That's it. And the Domino and Purple Monkeys,
Amazon.
hey, I would actually say
Fly
they should be the closest at keeping what they were going to bring
Yeah, sandwiches.
with sandwiches, water, and industrial toilet paper if you're out in the middle of nowhere. So now think in your head of something you might change. You don't have to write it down, but in your head, think of really now if I'd said this at the start, do you really think you would have come up with those three exact same things? You might find a way now to finagle it and say these will work, but if you knew this at the start, would you have come up with that? I'd even heard this group talking about a swimsuit or shorts or something like that. See, that wouldn't have stayed. But what if, now think of how you would change it for Alaska. Y'all are adding parkas.
Now you buy one.
We're still.
You're still buying it with your
We're buying online
5,000?
or whatever.
The Walmart that is right down the street from here. Okay, now you've changed it up, but now, let's look. Well, now we're going to this beach. Are you going to keep what you were thinking to change it up to go to Alaska?
We'll keep what we got.
Keeping it for, I would think maybe in the ocean, some of the credit cards might be better than working up in the middle of nowhere. What if you were at heaven on earth and that's tailgating at an LSU football game?
Credit card store.
You would take
Water in Louisiana.
the three things that you would have to take,
Passport.
of course, would be
You can't tell.
beer, and crawfish.
Yeah.
That's what you need for that. So where you go and what you're going to do, that's all going to be determined by knowledge of where you're going. Let's put this in terms with us now, okay? Put this in convention center terms. How many times do customers come in and they just start talking about their event and we start telling them what they need and we don't really know what they want to accomplish with their event? What is their end game? How do they want it to be at the end? Do they want a very elegant thing? Do they want a very whatever thing? You know, we just kind of start telling them, well, here you need elegant lighting, here you need tables, you need chairs, you need a stage, you need this. So a lot of times if we would hear them first, explain to me what you want to do with your quinceañera, Ronald. You know, what are your visions of it? How do you like that? Then we can help them understand more. If we all know the end game, it really helps. Not only for customers, but also here as our business and as our company. If we all kind of know the same end goal and all know where we're going, we might all pack appropriately and arm ourselves with what we need for that. So, knowledge is the key to know where, you know, what we want to do, where we want to end up. We all need to know that. What does the customer want? But can knowledge also be a curse? Okay? Here's our next little activity we're going to do. I'm giving this side of the room a paper that I'm not giving y'all. Okay? I want y'all to each look at these, study it, but don't let them see it on this other side of the room. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tap out a song on the table. Okay? And when you think you know the song, I want you to raise your hand. Okay? So y'all understand what I'm going to do? I'm going to tap out a song rhythm. Y'all try to guess what song it is. Okay? Raise your hand if you think you know what I was tapping out. Magnolia?
The ABC song?
The ABC song.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
I was
Did-
gonna say Yankee Doodle.
Yankee Doodle? It was the ABC song. DeWitt, what did you think it was?
Old MacDonald.
Old MacDonald. Listen to it again and think the ABC song. Okay? I'm going to do another one. Are we ready? Okay, raise your hand if you think you know what it is. Okay, what do you think it is, Jesse?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, DeWitt?
Same thing.
What do you think it was, Magnolia?
Sparkle Bell.
Star Spangled Banner. Carol, what do you think it was?
You let the dogs out.
Star Spangled Banner is what it was. Listen to it again. Okay?
But it still sounds
Oh,
like a
say,
happy birthday.
can you see by the dawn's early light?
Happy birthday.
Okay, so Magnolia has gotten them so far. We'll try one more, okay? Magnolia,
Let the dogs out.
who let the dogs out? Carol, who let the dogs out? Why? Magnolia was getting them all.
Because she already knew the start of the program.
No, their piece of papers
Really?
said,
Yeah, I mean, I was, yeah.
their piece of papers listed
I'm trying to.
the alphabet song, the Star Spangled Banner, and Who Let the Dogs Out. It was in Magnolia's head before I tapped it out. So you can make it sound like that if that's what you're thinking about first. This side over here didn't have a clue. You basically had every song ever written to try to pull from just taps with other things. This side knew, those that kind of read their sheet and looked at it, they could figure out what it was. To this side, a lot of it was just tapping. But once you hear it, and especially once you think of the song, when I played it again, like when I played the alphabet song again, y'all were able to hear it that way. So, how many times then do we assume that the customer knows what we're talking about? Because it's in our head, because we know what we're talking about, and we throw things out to the customer assuming they know what it means, and we all know what it means if you assume something. So, as specified by the little donkey. So, when you assume, and when we assume that the customers know what we're dealing with, we say things that to them just sounds like a bunch of tap and knocks that they have no idea what it's made about. We say, do you want an elegant lighting package? They could be like, I don't know what that is. What is an elegant lighting package? Do you want any uplights or static spots? What happens when we say, do you want a coffee service? Some people might vision, think about that. Think about we don't know what a coffee service is. When people hear coffee service, what do they think we're probably doing with the coffee? Serving them.
Yeah.
Taking it to them, serving it to them. So we say things that we know because of the business that we assume that the customer says. That can not only be, it's like our own set of jargon, our own set of special knowledge that we use, that we deal with daily, that people come in here once, have an event, and we think they should know because we know. Okay? So we always want to think about that. So it not only goes to that, another thing that we've been talking about, as you know, this center has had some trouble getting people to apply for positions, which this is an amazing group, an amazing place to work. So when you look at our job description, you look at what's online, you look at what we're putting out to the public. Listen to this. Here's what it says. For convention center staff, assist the event coordinator in the day-to-day execution of events. 6 months previous experience in customer service, as well as principles and knowledge of facility maintenance is preferred. Valid driver's license, forklift and scissor lift certification preferred. Okay? You don't know this business. What are you going to do in that job?
I don't know.
You don't know. Let's look at the food and beverage one. Will assist the food and beverage coordinator in the day-to-day execution of events. 1 year food service experience, possess skills in customer service or communication, and knowledge of a multi-purpose facility. TABC certification and Texas Food Handlers Permit required. A valid Texas driver's license is required. Punctuality and regular attendance is required. What are they going to do? Nothing. We don't know. Because it says, assist the food and beverage coordinator in day-to-day execution of events. The other one says, assist the event coordinator in day-to-day execution of events. We know what we do every day. Well, what do people know?
It's not detailed.
It's not detailed. What it then does is it lists,
It says preferred experience.
yeah, all what you have to have. Do they have to come in with forklift and scissor lift?
No.
No. Do they have to have their TABC or food handlers? No, because we provide that for them. We do that. People need to know what it's doing. Now, listen to this adjustment. Assist the event coordinator in day-to-day execution of event, which includes setting up of tables and chairs, monitoring AV equipment and sound, maintaining the cleanliness of the building, and provide outstanding customer service to event attendees. A valid driver's license is required.
Right.
Would you maybe apply for that? You're like, well, I can move tables and chairs. You know, I know about sound equipment. I know about AV. Let's look at the food and beverage one now. Will assist the food and beverage coordinator in the day-to-day execution of events, which includes food prep, catering service, concession stand support, bar service, setting up of catering areas, and providing outstanding customer service to event attendees. Valid Texas driver's license is required. Now, would somebody maybe apply because they know what's going on? Another example of we assume people know what we do. We assume the customer knows. We assume potential employees know, but because we do. So that's why sometimes knowledge can be a curse when we just assume what's going to happen. So, now, I need a volunteer. James, come up to the front, please.
I didn't raise my hand.
We might call it a voluntold.
There you go.
I voluntold James.
One time.
That's it.
I ended up in the desert.
Okay, so James,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to tell you something I want,
Okay.
okay? You have to change my mind and convince me I want something else. You can't tell me yes, and you can't tell me no.
Okay.
You just have to change my mind,
Okay.
okay? I want a pet elephant.
What makes you think having a pet elephant is a good idea?
Well, I like it because they're really big.
Do you think you have the space for a pet elephant?
I got a big backyard.
You gonna have the food for the elephant? And
I got a lot of grass.
Might squash your doggies.
Doggies.
Yeah.
Don't forget you gotta talk me into something else.
You didn't say that.
Yes, I did. You gotta change my mind, not out of it. You
Oh,
can't tell
okay.
me, no, I can't have it, yes, I
Oh.
can have it. You
Into
gotta try to talk
something-
me into something else.
Oh, okay,
Okay?
okay. So it could squash
Okay,
your doggies.
it could squash my dogs,
Okay. Who's gonna clean up after it, because you're never home?
Okay. Do you have any alternatives?
Yeah, dogs, more dogs. a
More
cat,
dogs or a
A
cat?
bird.
They might be
We
easier?
get birds in.
Okay,
periodically.
okay, okay.
But
Something like that?
You don't have to babysit a bird as much.
Don't have to babysit a bird as much. Okay, so those are other great options to an elephant as a pet. You've got to convince me of something else. Now remember, you can't say no, you can't say yes, you got to give me another alternative, and we're going to bring it a little closer to home.
Uh-oh.
So, I want at my event, I want one of your staff to drive this bicycle around with my uncle on top of it all around during my event.
Well, Ms. House, we're not allowed to do that due to city regulations and
You can't
stuff.
tell me no.
You did say that.
Can't tell me no.
About the safety.
Yeah, but that's still saying no.
You've got to try to change my mind. You've got to try to convince me of something else.
Well,
They don't have a room for it.
Don't have the room.
we don't have the room. We don't have the staff.
Don't have the staff to be able to
To
do
be
it.
able to
It
do
sounds like
that.
a lot of no's
No's, yeah,
coming.
no.
Sounds like a lot of no's. Can anybody think of a way
Go
to
ahead,
convince
Bruce.
me, Bruce,
Can you wait till the circus is in town?
to do that? No. Any alternative to raising somebody up high?
What about they just
Bicycle.
rode the bike on the ground?
If they rode the bike on the ground, maybe?
Themselves.
Instead of that?
Have your uncle on the floor where he's making eye contact and getting to know the people as he's doing little tricks or whatever. Instead of doing it up high, he'd be much safer if he was
Okay.
should think about his safety.
It still sounds like
It
no.
does. I don't know.
Okay,
That's a hard
now
one.
let's try
That's
this.
a hard one without saying no.
You might would have said, what if we can make our stages go up 4 feet? And instead of 10 feet, maybe we could put somebody on a stage. Maybe we could make our stages go up a little farther. Those could have been maybe something. This is, of course, absurd,
Yeah.
as is a pet elephant.
I think that no.
But y'all did start doing much better by you started asking me questions.
Right.
But now I want you to ask me some really probing questions. Not what else I could do, but probe, why do I want to do it? So, I want a pet elephant.
Right.
So now,
Why do you want a pet elephant?
why do I want a pet elephant? I have this giant couch that weighs a ton, and I need to move it to another house. So, what do I need?
A
Now-
smaller couch.
A smaller couch, or what else?
A U-Haul truck.
A U-Haul truck,
Some moving service.
some moving service,
Forklift.
a dolly. I didn't need another kind of animal. I needed something else done.
Right.
So a lot of times when people say they need something crazy at an event, they don't really need what they think they need. They need something else. And so we need to find out the reason for it. So let's go back to these people.
So why do you need?
Why do I need this? Because my uncle, he's going to be doing a series of toasts and talking. He has a very quiet voice, and I want him to be able to be heard all over the building. So this way, as you're bicycling him around, everyone can hear him.
How about the microphone?
Yeah.
How about a microphone?
The sound system.
A sound system. How about maybe a spotlight on him? So really, they don't need the absurd things that a lot of times people come up when we find out why they think
They need.
they need it. Okay? Thank you, James.
You're welcome.
But you did an excellent job because,
Your puppies would have taken.
yes, they would have hated it. Pickles would not have liked an
Would not have
elephant.
been happy.
No, he would not.
And if your brother's dog ever came over,
That's
you'd never
it. That would have
get
been it. That would have been it. So So the probing questions, why a customer thinks they need it, why they want to have this out there, what can we do to really give them what they want without, just changing their mind and giving them a dog instead of an elephant when they don't need an animal.
Right.
So the way we do that is by finding out what they want. Again, we're not assuming we know what they want. We're asking questions. It's not the knowledge curse. So then, we started at the very start, and it said customer service, and we noticed that's an exclamation point, or customer service, which would be questions. So, customer service, we always say, what is the motto of the Mabern Center? Exceed expectations at all levels. Provide the best customer service possible. We call that customer service with an exclamation point. Okay? But customer service, that's like questions. We're not questioning whether we want to give them good customer service. It's through questions that we can do the best customer service. So the key to having the customers feel that they received an exclamation point worthy customer service experience is by questioning how well we know the customer's end destination. What are they wanting to achieve with their event? Know the customer's knowledge of our product. Do they truly understand what we're saying? And know the customer's actual needs. What will really help them to accomplish their goals? Those are all things we need to think about whenever we're trying to give the expectation to exceed their expectations at all levels. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Thank you all for coming. Truly appreciate it. And I will see you all in just a minute. Thank you.